poverty-ridden ghetto on Chicago's West Side in 1909 seemed an unpromising place for a future musical king to be born. But by the time he was 12, he was nursing his ambitions and honing his talent. At a hard-earned 25 cents a lesson, he studied classical music and played in synagogues and settlement houses on the instrument of his choice. In the 20s, Chicago was a mecca for the jazz greats of the day. He soaked up their sounds and practiced what he'd heard. By 16, he was playing Chicago club dates and dances. Word got around that he was good. In 1929, he went to New York, burdened, as he said, with family responsibilities, empty pleasures, and frequent joblessness. He got a few radio dates and organized his own band. When the band got its first big break and a national radio audience, he took them on the road. Their cross-country tour, a series of punishing one-nighters, was a disaster. Benny was about to call it quits till they got to L.A. Here, he and the band began to find their audience, kids who loved the sound and the driving beat. The band caught on. Around New York's Paramount Theater, lines stretching for blocks. People dancing in the aisles. Their response was spontaneous and happy. Swing was here. The swing era had truly arrived, and they couldn't wait to crown their king. Benny insisted on the highest standards for his sidemen. If that meant breaking the color line, so be it. In 1936, he hired Lionel Hampton and Teddy Wilson. Two years later, Benny shattered another tradition and made jazz history. Though the size of the turnout was reassuring, Benny and the band were nervous. "We'll die there," he kept insisting. When asked how long they wanted for intermission, the reply was, "How much time does Toscanini take?" The tension was broken, they were off, and Carnegie Hall was swinging. Equally at ease with Mozart or Brahms, he brought the same sense of thorough musicianship, flawless technique, and rich, warm tone to every kind of music he played. And he had the respect and admiration of his musical contemporaries, classical or jazz. He became an unofficial American ambassador, and wherever his travels took him, the warmth and enthusiasm of the response showed that the king truly spoke a universal language. Benny Goodman brought excitement, color, and vigor to an emotionally depressed America in the 30s. He reached an audience who wanted to find release, reason to hope, happy sounds. Today, wherever it's heard, his sound, unblemished and appealing as ever to the ear, still speaks directly and eloquently to the human heart.